Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7, Episode 8. Like I said in previous videos, I think it was 7, 5, I think it was 7 or 6. Well, I had been sick for about a week and a half, so I'm kind of behind, but I'm almost caught up now. I just have to do 9. I'll do that in another video later. But anyway, it started off back at the party scene where Karen was talking at the table with Ashley, and Clarice and all the rest of the ladies because Wendy had left at that time, and so Ashley was saying that she liked it Mia at first, but she didn't like all of this. She was talking about the fighting and stuff that was going on and the drink pouring and stuff like that. And so and so Gizelle said, "Well, I'm gonna go check on Mia. I'm gonna go check on Mia." And so Gizelle went to check on Mia, and Robyn followed her, and she said, "How you doing? How you doing, Mia?" Mia said, "Not that good. You see my finger." She showed her how her finger had got broken stuff, and she was sitting in the car, and she was saying that she was wrong for to be talking about my husband like that. And Jill said, "Yes, she was wrong. Yes, she was wrong." And then Robyn was talking about, "Yeah, uh, she was an instigator. She was agitating and everything. She was egging you on. She was egging you on, Mia. And you fell right. You fell right into a trap." And Mia said, "Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I fell into a trap." And she took me out of my comfort zone. Took me out of my comfort zone and stuff like that. And she said, "Yeah, when somebody take me out of my comfort zone, I have to think about what I have to do." She said that in a little confessional. Mia said that, and then and then it switched back to the party scene, and then Karen was telling Wendy, no, Wendy was still at the table. Karen was telling Wendy that both of them were wrong. She told Wendy that she was wrong for talking about G and the husband, and she said Mia was sure enough wrong for throwing that drink on her. She said nobody wants a drink to be thrown on them, and Wendy said, "Yeah, she was all up in my private space. My private space was when she came up to me." And then so Robyn and Gizelle came back to the table, and Karen asked, she said, "Well, how is Mia doing?" And how is Mia doing? She said, Mia's not doing too good. She's thinking about leaving. She already called G and stuff like that." And then Wendy jumped up and say, "I'm not gonna sit down. I'm not gonna sit down here and let y'all and let y'all people defend Mia like she's the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the one that got the drink poured. I'm not gonna listen to this." And then Karen said, "Come back and said, no, I'm not gonna listen to this." And then Ashley said, "Well, Wendy is right. Wendy is right," and stuff like that. And then so Karen said, "Well, I'm finna go talk to Mia." And Giselle said, "Yes, since Mia's supposed to be your friend, she just went to go talk to Mia." So she went out to the car and she talked to me. She said, "Mia, how you doing?" And that was Karen. And she said, "Well, I'm not doing that well. I'm not doing that well," and stuff like that. And Karen said, "You was wrong for throwing that drink on Wendy, Mia." Mia said, but she talked about G, And then Karen said, "Well, both of y'all was wrong. She shouldn't have mentioned about G, talked about G, and you shouldn't throw the drink on her. Both of y'all were wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right." And then Karen, I felt some kind of way. I thought you were gonna have my back, and you were not. Karen said, "I was in the middle of both of y'all women. I'm too old to be fighting. I'm too old to be fighting. I'm not gonna be getting in the middle of two grown women." And she said, "Well, I thought you would be. I thought you would have my back and have G's back more like I had to look at you kind of funny, kind of side eye." And Karen said, "Well, I'm just gonna tell you this. Both of y'all were grown women. Both of y'all were wrong in this and that's that. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take up for you, and I'm not gonna take up for you and your wrong and stuff like that. And but you know, she said, now I am your friend, and I am Lord, but I am gonna call you out on your stuff too. And then she kept on going. Karen said, well, I'm finna go. I ain't got time for this. And then Jackie and what you call looked funny in the car. And then so when they came back, Gizelle said, well, how is Mia? She said, Mia's the same way, but Mia's blaming me. How you gonna blame me? And stuff like that. And then Clarice chimed in and say, well, Karen, she was supposed to be your friend. You just, and Karen said, look, I'm not gonna get into stuff. I was in the middle. Why you think I was switching chairs with Ashley? I didn't want to take no licks. I didn't want to take no hits and stuff like that. And then so they say, would you like dessert? And then they said, well, yeah, come on, bring dessert. I know you had ordered no dessert. And they were saying, yeah, Mia had ordered dessert earlier. And Gizelle said, well, I ain't turning down no dessert. I ain't turning down no dessert. So they ate the dessert. And then after the dessert and stuff, Karen said, well, this birthday party is ruined anyway. Let's go home. So they all got it. So they all got in the car. They all got in the car together. I think it was Ashley and Karen and I think it was Ashley, Karen, and Wendy all in the same car, and then Mia, Jackie, and Gizelle and Robyn were in the same car. I think the white van was Karen them, and the black van was Gizelle them, and so they had got back to the house first. And then Wendy told the producer, she said, look, I'm sorry, I'm leaving. I'm not staying in this townhouse no more. I'm not staying in this townhouse where I could be attacked by somebody again. I'm leaving. So she got to packing her stuff and stuff like that. And then the other girls came in. Robyn and Gizelle and Jackie and Mia and Clarice and stuff like that. And so they all walked in, and then I think it was Ashley who asked. She said, where is Mia? And Clarice said, well, Mia, well, I mean, not Mia. She asked about Wendy, Ashley, and then Clarice said, well, Ashley's upstairs. Clarice told Ashley that Wendy was upstairs. And she said, Wendy's upstairs. What she doing? She said, Wendy's for the leave. Oh, Wendy's for the leave. Let me go talk to her. And Karen said, no, Ashley, don't talk to Wendy right now. This is not a good time. This is not a good time. And so Ashley said, well, I don't like the fact that all this drama went on, all this fight was at the party. It escalated, it got out of hand. And Karen said, well, I didn't like that either. It sure did get out of hand. Sure did get out of hand. And then and then Mia and Jackie and were talking, and she was saying, yeah, I thought Karen would have my back more, And then Gizelle said, yeah, it seems like Karen was switching sides. It seemed like 1 minute she was on your side, Mia, and then the next minute she was on Wendy's side. She was straddling the fence, and I was surprised and shocked by that. And Mia said, yeah, I was surprised too. Made me look at Karen in a different light, and stuff like that. And then Jackie tried to chime in and say, well, yeah, I thought Karen was your friend too. And so what happened? The next scene came up, and then Ashley said, well, where is Candiace? Is Candiace coming? Is Candiace coming? And then Karen chimed in and said, yeah, she's supposed to be here. And then Ashley said, what time? You know what time? None of the other ladies said they know what time. And then Gizelle said, Candiace is the least of my worries. Candiace is the least of my worries, and stuff like that. And so Ashley and Karen were talking, and also Clarice, like I said, in the living room. And then so she said that I am gonna go check on Wendy. And so she went up there. Ashley went up there and she talked to Wendy, and Wendy told her that she was leaving, and she didn't like the fact that people were trying to take up for Mia, and Mia was the one in the wrong. And she said, yeah, I don't like that too, and stuff like that. She said, well, I'm gonna leave and go to the hotel. And Ashley said, I sure hate that you gotta leave. And Wendy said she was not staying there. Let me get some water right quick. Okay, I'm back. The next scene is where Robyn was FaceTiming her son, and she told her son that she know that Juan didn't send him to school the day before. And she said, "Well, how do you know?" She said, "Because I got a text. I got a text from the school, and I texted Juan, and I asked him where were y'all, what were you doing?" He told me he was just waking up. She said, "You better tell Juan that he better send y'all to school tomorrow, send y'all to school tomorrow, and stuff like that." And then it switched to the next scene. It switched to the next scene, and the next scene was Karen, and the next scene was with Karen and Ashley and Sharice. They were all stairs eating, going downstairs. They were all eating, saying hello to each other for breakfast. They were downstairs eating breakfast, and so Ashley and so Robyn and Gizelle came down as well as Mia and Jackie. And so Ashley said, uh, uh, "Where is Candiace? Where is Candiace? Everybody down there, where's Candiace?" And Clarice said, "Well, I don't know." And then Robyn said, "Oh, she's upstairs." Said, "Oh, she's upstairs, Candiace." They said, "Yeah, Candiace upstairs getting ready." They said, "Candiace is always the last one to get ready." So they showed a picture of Candiace getting ready, put on her makeup and then it flashed back to the next scene. And then the next scene is when they was all downstairs talking. And then so they were saying, "Well, what time did Candiace come in?" And they showed where Robyn had opened the door for Candiace. Candiace had came in at 11 o'clock and stuff. And Robyn was telling Candiace what had happened, the drama and stuff, and then she showed Candiace the video, and Candiace said, "Ooh, I don't like Wendy acting like that." Wendy was yelling and hooping and hollering, and then when she saw the video, she said, "Oh, I see why she was hooping and hollering and yelling and stuff." She said, "Yeah, if somebody was to pour a drink on me," and she said in her little confessional, "all bets are gonna be off. All bets are gonna be off." And then the next thing they was all downstairs, and then Gizelle said, "Well, Mia, what are we doing today? What's on our itinerary?" She said, "Well, we're gonna have breakfast here. We're gonna have breakfast here, and then we're gonna leave the townhouse, and then we're gonna go have lunch, and then we're gonna go to the beach. I think that would be nice." And she was saying, "Well, while y'all are eating breakfast in the pool, I invited a nail lady to come fix my nails. You see my nail, and they showed up broken nails and stuff." And then in our confessional, Karen said it would have been nice if Mia would have had a spa day for all her ladies. That would have been a good thing too. And so so what happened? They were still like in the they were still kind of like in the kitchen area, and then Ashley and like I said, Ashley and Wendy and Ashley and Candiace and Karen were sitting down and they were talking, and then Candiace said that, "Yeah, Robyn told me of everything that what happened and stuff, and I seen stuff." And she was saying, well, she said, "Well, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Wendy is not here with us as the group. I don't like them icing out the group." And then Ashley said, "Well, I didn't like it either. I tried to get Wendy to stay, but Wendy said she wasn't going to stay." And then Karen said, "Well, I don't like it either." She said, "I agree with you, Candiace and Ashley. Wendy should be here. This is a group thing. Wendy should be here." And then Ashley said, told Karen, Mia don't want Wendy around. That's why Wendy is not here." And Candiace said, "That's a shame. Wendy should be here. Wendy should be at the lunch. Wendy should be celebrating your birthday with us, with all of us." And then Karen said, "Well, look, it's my birthday. I'm gonna make an executive decision. I'm finna go and tell Mia that I'm finna go check on Wendy, see how Wendy is doing and stuff like that, and stuff like that." And Ashley said, "Well, I'm coming too." And Candiace said, "Well, I'm showing up coming too." And so what happened? It switched to the next scene, and then it went back to the kitchen. And then Gizelle said, "Well, I'm finished with breakfast. I'm finna go out here to the pool, So the rest of the ladies followed Gizelle to the pool, and Gizelle went out to the pool, and Robyn went out to the pool, and they were all talking. And while they were talking, it switched to the next scene where Karen knocked on the door, and she knocked on the door and went inside Mia's room, and she told Mia, she said, "Mia, I already told you how I feel about the dinner party that happened last night. She said, but what I am going to tell you now I'm not going to go to lunch with y'all. I'm going to go have lunch with Wendy. I'm going to go check on Wendy and stuff like that to see how Wendy is doing. And she said, you know, I can't be around. Mia said, you know, I can't be around Wendy at this time. That's why I want Wendy to be separated. That's why Wendy went to that apartment because I don't want to bring me out on cover. So she said, well, I'm just telling you what I'm doing, Mia. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Well, let me pause it right quick. The next scene is they're still outside by the pool area, and Robyn tells Clarice and Gizelle that when she told Ashley about the situation, the fight that happened at the dinner party, Candiace said that it was triggering to her, and she was saying that it was triggering to her, and Robyn said those were two different situations. The situation that she had with Monique and what happened between Wendy and Mia. Robyn was saying that Candiace told her that there was no difference. How was there a difference? And Robyn kept saying it was a difference, it was a difference. And then Clarice chimed in and said, wasn't Candiace a part of that situation with Monique? Wasn't she a part of it? And then Gizelle chimed in and said, yeah, she participated in it. So it really is not a difference. It's really not a difference. She participated in the stuff. And then Gizelle said to Clarice, you were not there when that happened. You were not there when that happened. But it's not the same thing. And Robyn said, I don't think it's the same thing either. And then after that, it switched to the next scene where Mia came downstairs and she told the rest of the ladies. She said, "Well, y'all, let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to go, but because we're on a time schedule. We're on a time schedule." And she said, "Oh, ladies, by the way, Karen will not be having lunch with us today. She decided to go. She decided to go check in on Wendy. So it'll just be us having lunch and stuff like that. And stuff like that." And she said, "Oh, okay." And Gizelle said, "Well, what about the white party? Is the white party still going on?" And then Mia said, "I don't even know if I should. I don't even know if I should do the white party. I don't even know if I should be doing this party at all." Karen is more interested and involved with Wendy than she is with me, and I'm the one throwing the birthday party. So next thing you know, they was outside getting in the car, and so it was Candiace and Ashley getting in the car with Karen, and then it was Gizelle, Mia, and Jackie and Robyn and Clarice getting in the same car. And so while they was getting in the car, Candiace was in the background, in the back seat on her phone. And so Ashley was sitting on the side door, and Karen was in the front seat. And so she said, "Oh, yeah," and then they saw Candiace and Ashley getting in the car, and then Mia said, "I didn't know they were going either." And she said, "Oh, they going either." And then they all looked kind of funny. And then they all went to the car. Then next thing you know, Mia came over there and said, uh, when y'all come back, y'all find another place to stay. Y'all ain't coming back to the townhouse. Y'all find another place to stay." And Ashley said, "You tripping? You really being more petty?" And then in her confessional, Ashley said, "How you gonna tell me, a grown woman, what to do? You can't tell me what to do." And then on the other end, Candiace said, Candiace said, "Well, you sure can't tell me what to do." And then the next thing you know, she said, "Well, I knew Karen was going. Karen told me she was going to check on Wendy, but I didn't know y'all was going. And like I said, when y'all go, don't come back to the thing. You can't tell me nothing." And then so Candiace chimed in and say, "Close the door, Ashley. Close the door." So Ashley closed the door. They all went to the thing. And then the next scene was when they were all at lunch together. And then after they went to lunch together, Karen asked Wendy how she was, and Wendy said, "Well, she doing all right compared to what it's thinking. She just couldn't stay at that thing." And then Candiace told Wendy that she didn't think it was right for her to be isolated from them and all that stuff. And she was saying, well, right now she can't be around Wendy. And then Ashley said, well, Mia don't want you around anyway. And they all said they thought it was wrong. and then so and then so and then so they had a good lunch, and then so Candiace said, "Well, I gotta leave." They said, "Oh, you gotta leave early." She said, "Yeah, I gotta go to the studio. I'm finna do a collab with Trina." And then so she said, "Y'all have a good day." And then so Wendy chimed in and said, "Can I come?" And then Ashley said, "Yeah, you can come." And then the next scene was when they showed what you call them at the beach, and they was just in some kind of little beach hut, and they was talking about what was going on. And then it flashed back to the next scene where Trina and where Wendy and what you call was strutting into the studio. And then Wendy told Trina that she looked a whole lot better than what she did in person and stuff. And they got to talking, and they got to playing the record. And then Wendy was dancing to was dancing to the record after Trina showed it to her, and Trina was giving Candiace some advice, telling her she needed to be around people that's going to support her and stuff like that. And Trina was saying she liked to support new artists. And then switch back to the beach scene again. And then Wendy was saying we need to take not Wendy Gizelle said, "We all need to take a picture together." I said, "Yeah, we need to take a picture together." Me said, "Yeah, we need to take." Said, "How you gonna take a picture like that?" And then they said, "Oh, there go those guys." And they had those guys, and they got those guys come over there, take a picture with them. And then the next thing you know, Robyn was rubbing all on that guy, rubbing all on that young guy. And then Gizelle said, "Well, how old are you?" He said, "Well, I'm 21." And then then Robyn said, "Oh, you're 21, you know." And then Gizelle said in her confession in that yellow, "I didn't know Robyn liked the younger men. I didn't know Robyn liked the younger men." She said, it don't bother me. It don't bother me. I'm glad for Robyn. But Warren might have something to say about it. And then the next thing you know, they left the beach, and they were saying for some reason Mia didn't show up with them. So Candiace, they had a little video of Candiace doing a voiceover. She was talking about how Wendy came and how Wendy was hooking on Robyn, and then they had made up for a while. And the next thing you know, she was talking about the drinks was flowing and everything. And then the scene ended with Robyn and Candiace cussing at each other, and Candiace was telling Robyn that she didn't like what she did and stuff like that, like what she did as far as the stuff that was going on with Wendy and Candiace. And that's how the show ended. The show was very good. This is A. Weston. That ain't Tested Like a T.I. is. I am out.